Hello YouTubers, welcome back to GQ Auto Diagnostics and Repair, where my job is to save you money. This morning I'm working on a 2004 Honda Accord. It's a 4-cylinder, 2.4 liter automatic, front wheel drive, and customer complained that the vehicle battery light turns on randomly, that the ABS light come on, go off, and a lot of stuff going on with the vehicle on the cluster. So I checked the charging system and the alternator is not charging right. So the voltage it gets here. I'm just gonna cover the basics. I'm not gonna do a lecture on how the charging system work. It just do for reference for this video. So the battery is not charging, it's not getting recharged, okay? And when you first start the vehicle, the voltage is 12.2, and you accelerate it, start to increase, you let it idle, goes back to 12.2, which is not enough. Turn the lights on and start to go below 11 volts. So it's like done. Alternator's not doing the job. Right there. Okay, so the video is how to replace the alternator. That's all what we're gonna do here today. So first thing that we need to do is going to be, well, let me place my camera. I think that should be the first thing to do. And before I forget, happy 4th of July in advance. We're gonna disconnect the negative. It's a 10mm. Make sure, be careful. Goes there, done. Next thing that we're gonna do, I'll put this there. We have to remove the belt. Okay, and right there is the tensioner, right here underneath the power steering pump. So that is a 14mm bolt. So let me see if I can place my camera here so I can give you the best angle. So I don't have a long 14mm, so I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna put it here, right there. I'm gonna use a different wrench. I'm gonna lock it in place, create leverage, and I gotta go the wrong direction. Give me a second. Yep. Now I'm gonna pull towards me for the angle that I am. Go slow. Okay. And release it slow. Done. In case you wonder, that's how we did it. Leverage. Beautiful thing. Now I'm going to remove this. And right there, always spin you idle pulleys. That one is noisy, so we're going to have to replace that one too. Next thing that we need to do is remove the power steering pump. It's going to be a 12mm, one on top, one right there on the bottom. So once again, I'm going to put the camera there. And for this, I'm going to use power tools. I'm going to use my ratchet. There you go. One thing, always have different length extensions. And look at that. I almost lost my socket. I'm gonna use the long one here. No. Use this one. One. And I think I'm gonna have to pause the video. We have some delivered, washer and dryer that we order. I think these guys are the ones delivering it. So we're gonna pause the video for a second. Right, so the next thing I'm gonna use a 12 millimeter. Okay, and I'm gonna go right through here, right underneath. Wow, it's pretty tight. One thing you have to be aware when you do this job, it is that the hoses, for the most part on Hondas, they get really hard because of the heat. So make sure when you actually hold it here and wiggle it, and you can remove the bolt. Anyhow, we'll come back to the hose. If you move too much and twist it and you don't realize it's too hard, you're gonna break the hose. So make sure you pay attention to that. If they're nice and soft, well, you don't have to worry about it. You have more space to maneuver. It's there. Next, you squeeze here. Oh, look at this. I don't know what happened here. That was broken. It's weird. Like somebody was here already. Oh, that could have been like somebody dropped it. I don't know, doesn't matter. Okay, 10 millimeter. This is gonna come out now. 12 millimeters. We're gonna start with the bottom ones right now, and I'm gonna use a swivel, okay, with an extension. Now go back and use what you have, so that way you can do the best you can with what you have. Long. The same length. Put them there. Oh, we're gonna go right after the top one. Same principle with the AC hose here. Don't just pull, because sometimes if they're too old, right here on the joints, they can start leaking. Okay, and if you were the last person to move it and work on the vehicle, guess what? More times than not, customers are gonna turn around and complain and say, hey, my AC was working and now it's not working. And now you have to go explain yourself, and so just save yourself from trouble. There you go, guys. And that is how you remove the alternator. Okay, I got the part here that we're going to be using for this repair. I use so far idle pulley part number. Again, I'm not sponsored by Duraloss or AutoZone, but I want to say thank you to them for bringing the parts and making my life easier. So I really can't thank them enough. Next, this is the alternator, and that is the part number. Hopefully this helped. Okay, we're gonna make sure everything matches like the other one. Okay, we have the 4 front connector there. That looks good. We have the little, okay, right there. That's great. Let's put all this stuff to the side here. Perfect. Okay, give me a second. So this is what I'm gonna do before anything else. I'm gonna replace this pulley, nice and smooth, the way it's supposed to. Put it there. I have a 14 millimeter here. See if I can give you a good angle without 14 millimeter. I'm gonna pull up. Perfect. Give me a second. I guess I'm running out of shade. So sometimes the extra light in some angles, it really changed the way the video turns out. No good. Again, sometimes, you know, people ask me like, hey, do I have to change extra stuff like the pulley? You know, I do, because number one, the pulley goes bad, the bearing goes bad, the belt's gonna go out, and the customer's like, hey, what do you told me you didn't replace it? Prevent for future the customer coming back for a noise. If he, you know, I already have it here and they're willing to spend the money, you save the customer a trip. You know, needed to borrow a car or needed to you know, alter their routine. So they're actually saving money by buying an extra part because you're already there. If they don't want to, well, nothing you can do about it. Sam, so far we good. Just keep that in mind. If it is your own car, you have to know how much money do you have, how much can you invest at that moment, because otherwise, like, hey, if you know that the part is bad and you choose not to replace it, it's okay, it's your car, right? But you know, it's not fixed all the way, it's partially fixed. So just keep those things in mind, because that's why a lot of times people just keep having comebacks, because they do just a little things at a time and they just don't fix it right. Fix it right the first time, move on, spend your time doing something else. That's not the type of repeat business that you want. Perfect. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna do. Let's move this out of the way. Now we gotta be gentle with the AC hose. Be careful. There you go. Now this is in. Now what I want to do, I'm going to install this right here. Now we're going to put the top one here. Again, make sure you start it by hand. Other way, don't use power tools and hold it with one hand. Make sure it goes in and don't cross thread it. Other way, you're gonna end up making more work for yourself that you really need to. Okay, this is going in. Perfect. It's there. I put the two on the bottom. Nice, it's going in. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Hold it up with one hand. Gonna snug all the ones on the bottom all the way down. There you go. Gonna connect this one right here, all the way down. And so far so good. Let's get this thing done. Let's start with the top one. Tight. Next, we gotta do the 12 millimeter one. Done. Tight. Perfect. Let's do it tight. Next thing we gotta do the power steering pump. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay. Nice, snug. Tight. I'm gonna put all the torque specs if you need them in the description below. So perfect. All right, guys. The last thing that I'm gonna do here. Reinstall the belt. Make sure you're patient with that. Make sure the belt is all nice and routed correctly. And usually that comes like in this situation. It came a little bit off on the pulley, but it sounds like I almost got it back in. There you go. Perfect. That is there, that is there. This is gonna go here. I'm gonna put it there. I installed 14 millimeter. Put our 17, that's what I'm using. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go, see if I can. Again. Perfect. Okay. Now it's hard to see if I put the camera there, but the belt is right on the grooves, on the crankshaft pulley, on the AC, alternators there, this is there. So far we're golden. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take all the tools out of the way. We are going to check our voltage here. There. there. Right now we're sitting on 11.5, almost 0.6 volt, which the battery need to be charged. Jumper cables. I usually keep an extra battery that I used to. Of course. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Let's see if we can get this thing running. Alright, so that's running. Let's connect the batteries. Now we have 13 volts, 13.6. That is exactly what you wanted to see, okay? Sometimes you can see up to 14 and a half because the battery was quite discharged. And as the battery gets recharged, the voltage will start dropping because it requires less, the alternator work less to do that. Next thing you need to do, you need to make sure the belt looks good, no weird squeaking, and yeah, we got this working right. Now we're gonna do another test here. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to sorry for the movement here. I'm gonna turn the lights on, and this voltage should stay about 13. Yep, lights are on. Voltage will stay about 13. Before it was dropping right away, like 12, you know, high 12, then it went into 11s. There you go. Need to change the battery in this sucker. AC is on. Beautiful. Alright guys, that's how you replace an alternator in a Honda 2004. Hopefully this helped to troubleshoot some of your problems. As usual, take your time, get the right diagnostics, fix the vehicle right once, so that way you don't have comebacks. If they come back, because they're going to have a different issue. Once again, as usual, do your best, look at the rest. God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Later.